Greetings, mind travelers. I'm your slightly over-caffeinated professor of peculiar knowledge. Today's classic, Self-Help by Samuel Smiles, 1859. The granddaddy of all self-improvement books. Grit, gumption, and Victorian sass. Let's dive in before my tea gets cold.
Chapter 1. The Power of Self-Help. Actual quotes from the classic book. The best place to find a helping hand is at the end of your own arm. Depend on yourself. Work hard, and never expect a miracle to be wrought for you by others. The history of human progress is largely the history of individuals who, in the face of obstacles, did not wait for fortune or favor, but created their own opportunities by their industry and perseverance. Those words were written in 1859. And what has changed? Smiles is saying, don't sit around waiting for someone else to save your day. The real help you can count on comes from you, your own effort, grit, and hustle. History is full of people who faced huge challenges but refused to be victims of their circumstances. Instead of hoping luck or a boss or some mysterious force would fix their problems, they rolled up their sleeves and made things happen. This idea might sound obvious today, but back in the 1800s, when social classes were rigid and opportunities limited, it was downright revolutionary. Smiles is telling us, stop making excuses, stop blaming others, and take control. Your success doesn't come from waiting for the world to notice you. It comes from relentless action, even when no one's watching. That's the real power of self-help, owning your journey and shaping your future with your own hands. If you want to get anywhere, you've got to be the first to step up, the first to try, and the first to persist when it gets tough. No fairy godmother will appear. It's all on you. But that's also great news, because it means you hold the keys to your success, not anyone else. Chapter 2. Leaders of Industry. The worth of a man lies in his power to work well and faithfully. It is not riches that make a man great, but the ability to turn his hand to honest labor and to use it diligently for the benefit of himself and others. Plain English breakdown. Samuel Smiles is saying, in his wonderfully Victorian way, that greatness isn't about how much money you stack in the bank, it's about your work ethic. The true measure of a person is their ability to do their job well, consistently, and with integrity. In the mid-1800s, this was radical advice because many people equated status with inherited wealth. Smiles flipped the script, celebrating self-made leaders who rose through grit, not birthright. In other words, you're not great because you're rich. You're great because you do the work, do it well, and do it honestly. He would absolutely side-eye anyone who's all talk, no work. Smiles also fills this chapter with examples of industrial leaders, engineers, inventors, builders, who didn't wait for opportunity, they built it. He's teaching us that leadership in any field starts with a backbone of reliability, not just big ideas. If he wrote this today, he'd probably call out the Instagram entrepreneur crowd and remind them that results speak louder than vibes. Chapter 3. Great Triumphs of Persistence. It is not by the calm flow of easeful times that the strongest characters are built, but by the storms they have weathered. Men become great through trials and grow wise through suffering. Plain English breakdown. Samuel Smiles is saying that comfort doesn't create strength, struggle does. If life is always smooth sailing, you won't develop the grit, patience, and problem-solving skills needed for real success. Every setback, every storm, forces you to adapt, to dig deep, and to come out stronger on the other side. He illustrates this with historical figures who fought uphill battles for years before achieving anything noteworthy. The common thread? They just wouldn't quit. Smiles worships persistence as the secret sauce of human greatness. He'd tell you to expect resistance and learn to love the grind, because the grind is where you become unshakable. If Smiles were alive today, he'd probably tell people to stop expecting overnight wins, close TikTok, and get comfortable with the idea that success is usually a long, messy, and stubborn process. Chapter 4. The Lesson of Obstacles. The road to success is not straight, but beset with thorns and brambles. He who would reach the summit must expect to climb with torn hands and bleeding feet. Plain English breakdown. Smiles is saying, in very Victorian drama, that if you want to achieve something great, you need to accept that the path is going to hurt. A lot. You'll hit barriers. You'll fail. You'll get metaphorically, and maybe literally, bruised. But that pain, it's not a sign to quit. It's proof you're on the real path, the one worth taking. This chapter hammers the idea that obstacles aren't in your way, they're the way. They shape your skill, strengthen your will, and teach you resourcefulness. Smiles tells story after story of people who were underestimated, blocked, or mocked, and still pushed through until they win. If this were Twitter today, Smiles' thread would be, "Stop whining about the things. You wanted roses, didn't you?" Chapter 5. The world owes no man a living. The world owes no man a living. This was not intended that men should wait passively to be supported, but that they should earn their own living by diligent exertion. No man has any right to expect a reward for anything she has not honestly earned. The present age has had its faults in this respect. It has been too prone to comfort and idleness, and has too often fostered the notion that success comes from luck rather than labor. Explanation. Here, Smiles delivers a hard but honest truth. The universe isn't a charity, and no one is coming to hand you your dreams on a silver platter. If you want bread on the table or a shot at a better life, you've got to earn it through steady, honest work. Waiting around for a lucky break or a helping hand is a recipe for disappointment. This chapter warns against laziness and entitlement, reminding us that personal responsibility is the foundation of success. In Smiles' time, like now, too many people hope for easy wins rather than putting in the grind. And that mindset holds you back more than anything. Chapter 6. Energy and perseverance conquer all things. Energy and perseverance conquer all things. It is true that talent is often overrated. Many a man has great natural gifts, and yet remains poor and obscure because he lacks the will to labor for a definite purpose. The world belongs to the energetic and the persistent. Genius without diligence is like a steam engine without coal, useless. Explanation. This chapter is basically a shout-out to grit. Smiles emphasizes that no matter how gifted you think you are, without energy and consistent effort, those talents are wasted. The world rewards those who hustle day after day, even when the going gets tough. Talent alone won't build an empire. It's the person who keeps showing up and pushing through obstacles who ultimately succeeds. Think of your efforts as fuel powering a steam engine. No fuel, no movement. It's a timeless message that effort and stubborn perseverance trump natural talent every time. Chapter 7. Do it well or not at all. Whatever is worth doing at all is worth doing well. Half-hearted attempts and shoddy work bring nothing but disgrace. It is better to do a thing with patience and thoroughness than to rush through it with careless haste. The man who prides himself on the excellence of his work is one who will ultimately win respect and fortune. Excellence is a habit, not an accident. Explanation. Smiles here is laying down the law on quality and pride in your work. If you decide to take on a task, anything from a simple chore to a grand ambition, do it with heart and attention. Sloppy or lazy work not only disappoints others but kills your own chances at success and respect. Excellence isn't something you stumble upon. It's a habit developed through repeated, careful effort. This chapter pushes us to be professionals in every little thing, because over time, that's what builds a rock-solid reputation and lasting achievement. It's about integrity, discipline, and refusing to settle for less than your best. Chapter 8. Courage in action. Courage is the backbone of manhood. Without it, the best purposes are of little avail. The man who waits until danger is past before he acts will never do anything worth doing. Plain English breakdown. Smiles is saying, all the planning, dreaming, and Pinterest vision boarding in the world means nothing if you freeze when the moment to act arrives. Manifestation isn't about whispering your goals to the universe and waiting for a cosmic DoorDash delivery. It's about having the guts to act while things are uncertain. Back in the 1800s, this meant stepping into industrial risks, voyages, or invention without knowing if they blow up literally. Today, it's hitting, publish, making the call, pitching the idea, applying for the thing before you feel ready. The magic shows up after you move, not before. Chapter 9. Character is capital. Character is more than wealth. It is the best capital any man can possess. Reputation without character is only the shadow. The substance is the true worth. Plain English breakdown. Smiles is practically shouting here that your character, your integrity, honesty, and trustworthiness is more valuable than cash in the bank. Manifestation works best when the universe sees you're ready to handle what you're asking for without cutting corners or selling out. Money can vanish overnight. Character is your compound interest. If you're building your dream life, you want foundations that last, trust, consistency, a reputation that speaks for itself. Smiles would side-eye anyone who's manifesting millions but can't keep their word or deliver on promises. Chapter 10. Self-culture. A man cannot be too careful in the choice of his companions, books, and habits. The soul grows by what it feeds upon. Plain English breakdown. Smiles is telling us, you become what you consume. People, ideas, and daily habits are the ingredients of your life. If you want to manifest something big, stop marinating in negativity, gossip, and junk ideas. Your environment is either a greenhouse or a graveyard for your dreams. In the 1800s, that meant steering clear of shady tavern buddies and bad penny novels. Today, it's curating your social media, choosing your conversations, and feeding your mind like it's an investment portfolio. Chapter 11. The crown of self-help. The spirit of self-help is the root of all genuine growth in the individual. It is not by sitting still, but by working, that we make the most of life. Plain English breakdown. Smiles closes the book with a victory lap. The whole point is that you are the architect of your destiny. Manifestation is active, not passive. Your thoughts shape your actions. Your actions shape your world. Every step you take in self-reliance strengthens your ability to create the life you want. This isn't about perfection or hustle for hustle's sake, but about owning your role in the story. Smiles will basically say, dream big, think positively, but get up and do something about it every single day. That's the crown jewel, the fusion of vision and relentless self-initiated action.